What is up, everybody? Corn O'Keefe back yet again, and as the title implies, bringing you the Q&A as promised. But I'm going to divide this Q&A into two separate parts. So this would be part one, and within the next 2 days, I'll bring you part two. Mainly because I'm out of town, I've been busy, and I want to make sure everyone's questions get answered without having too long of a video. I know a lot of people don't like really long videos. I can respect that as well. So we'll divide this up into two parts for you badasses. Part one today, part two in the next couple of days. Part one starting now. The first questions on the first part of the Q&A are coming from the Raptor himself. Question number one from the Raptor. Do you play any Super Smash Bros. Games? And if so, are you excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Well, starting off, I love Super Smash Bros. Actually, the first one I played was for the Nintendo GameCube. It was Super Smash Bros. Melee. And the second one I ever played was on the Nintendo Wii, specifically Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Absolutely love those two games. Now, sadly, those are the only two Smash Bros. I've actually played. But I've owned them both, I love them both, and I am very excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Definitely am excited for that. Second question from the Raptor. Are there any video games that you really like to play? Actually, yeah, I like WWE video games, unironically actually. I like DBZ video games. I actually play some old school Grand Theft Auto. I got Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas downloaded on the PS4, but they are for the PS2. Just got them downloaded for the PS4. I like to play a lot of Street Fighter, stuff like that. A lot of fighting games, Mortal Kombat, and of course Super Smash Bros. On occasion, and some Kirby. So yeah, hope that answers your questions, my dude. Now, let's move right on down the line, folks. These next sets of questions come from Masterful Melon, another great YouTuber. His first question is, why Corrin as your mascot? Well, simply put, I've always found Corrin, the cat from Dragon Ball, very interesting, very unique character. Always looked at him as kind of like a sage in his own right. You know, he's older than Roshi. He even trained Roshi, trained Kid Goku. I just always found him to be a very unique character, and Akira Toriyama based his design off his own house cat, so that's pretty interesting. And I'm just a really big fan of Corrin. Second question from Masterful Melon is, who is the best versus debater? Well, I mean, in my own opinion on that, I would probably say Chuck the Cybercuck is definitely up there. Dyphanoid's pretty good. Seth the Programmer's, you know, he's up there too. He's pretty good. There's obviously a lot more. I mean, even Animation Rewind is good. I don't really know who I would say is the best, but in my personal opinion, all those guys are good. And in my opinion, I guess I would put Chuck as of right now as my favorite versus debater. I guess I can't really say who I think's the best, but he's my personal favorite. And I do think him and Seth are really good and underestimated by a lot of people. I hope that answers your question. Final question from Masterful Melon. What are the 3 worst death battles? Now, this is subjective, you know what I mean? But I would have to say Gaara versus Toph, in my opinion, would be one of them. Goku versus Superman, part 1, and part 2. I mean, that's just my opinion, and it's not really the reasons you think. I'm not going to go into deep detail as to why, but I actually agree personally with Superman beating Goku in the first round. I mean, I don't agree with the research at all. I heavily disagree with the actual research itself, but I do agree that Superman back then could beat Super Saiyan 4 Goku for the most part, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Z. But yeah, those 3, in my opinion, are probably the worst. In my opinion, that is. Thanks for the questions, man. Now, let's move right on down the line, folks. These next questions are coming from my good friend, Lukedom Spirit. His first question is, why do you think people downplay Mega Man EXE? Well, that's pretty simple, my good boy, my good friend. It's probably for the same reason they downplay other characters, because they don't understand the show or the scaling or the game, and maybe they only understand their own certain franchise that they like. Maybe they just don't understand the scaling of other franchises and how certain things work with that. That's what I would have to say on that. Second question from Luctum Spirit. What do you think about the new DBZ movie? I'm actually pretty hyped. I mean, get a new Broly. Believe it or not, I actually think it's going to be a good thing. I actually am a fan of the original Broly movies, but I am very excited to see where Akira Toriyama himself takes the character. I'm really hyped to see his power. We already got some confirmation on certain things. Seen some clips. It's very hype in my own opinion on that. So I think it's hype. Final question from Luctum Spirit. What are your thoughts on the new Pokemon game? Well, I see some pretty good hope in this. I mean, I haven't been a huge fan of like Pokemon games for a little while. Obviously, I grew up playing them on Game Boy Color and Advance and all that, and I play some here and there, as of today. But as of these days, I play some, but I'm not looking forward to it as much as some, but I'm sure it's going to be fun for what it is. Hope that answers your questions, man. Moving right on down the line, folks. These next questions are coming from another great YouTuber known as Hassan the Mighty. First question from Hassan the Mighty. Are you going to get Smash Ultimate? Perhaps. Second question from Hassan the Mighty. What characters do you want in Ultimate? Well, personally, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I'd like to see Knuckles and or Shadow. We've seen Sonic in Brawl, of course, obviously, but I like to see Sora, a little bit of Knuckles, a little bit of Shadow, maybe some Cubert. There's a couple more. Maybe Buzz Lightyear Star Command as well. That'd be kind of cool. But other than that, everyone else on the internet's basically summed it up. I mean, for the characters to see, and I agree with most of them anyway. So hope that answers your question. Final question from Hassan the Mighty. What death battle did you want and it actually happened? I gotta say, Afro Samurai vs. Samurai Jack. I mean, that's obviously, I definitely wanted that. I mean, a lot of people did, obviously, and it was a good death battle. The animation turned out to be very entertaining. Both characters got justice. I mean, they even brought up the laser beam feat of Afro. That's incredible. So that was good. I really enjoyed it, and that's one of my favorite episodes. Moving right on down the line, folks, to the next set of questions. The final set of questions of part 1 of the Q&A come from Clumbum. First question from Clumbum is, on a scale of D's nuts to Fortnite, how epic are you? To put it simply, Clumbum, I consider myself to be pretty epic. I even had a versus show at one point called Epic Island Freaking Battle. So, pretty freaking epic. Question number 2. Are you a furry? Do got a lot of curly hair on my head at times. Got to get it cut, actually. Got a pretty long beard going on. Pretty furry. XD, LOL. Moving right on the line, folks. Third question. Final question from Clumbum. And final question for part 1 of the Q&A. What's your opinion on Fortnite? Not a big fan. Well, I can't say I'm not a big fan. I am a fan to an extent. I got friends that play it, I like the concept at times. I'm just not really into it as much as you would think. Same with Overwatch. I know that's not on the topic, but Overwatch and Fortnite are just two games I've played at times and I've tried to get into. I don't hate the games, especially I don't hate them, and I got friends that play them, but just not big into them. They're cool. They're cool for what they are, but hope that answers your question, Clumbum. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Stay tuned for the next couple days for the second part of the Q&A. Peace.